how you end a road trip in style. The Nuggets walked right into TD Garden and walk out with a victory. Yeah, there were little anxious moments at the end, but it's okay. The dub is a dub, and the Nuggets finished the road trip with 2 straight victories, 3 and 4 on the longest road trip of the season overall, 114-110 over the Boston Celtics. Welcome into Nuggets Postgame Live. Christopher Dempsey alongside Bill Hansick, and there's 1,000 things that happened in that basketball game, but what resonated with you?
You know, to me, the difference was the fourth quarter defense till about the 2-minute mark, because the Nuggets went on a 14-0 run on Boston. Boston had used a couple timeouts in there. Jaylen Brown finally got it and one, but the scrap, the hustle, block shots, some steals, and then they began to convert. And Boston was 9 of 26, and here's a team that is the best team in the NBA in turnovers, only giving up about 12 a game, 11.9. They had 5 turnovers, only 1 assist. I attribute that to great Nuggets defense.
Okay, yeah, well, let's just talk about that fourth quarter a little bit more in depth, because it had all the swings in it, right? You just mentioned the big Nuggets run, and then you're up by about 12, and then the Celtics close it on down to 3, and just everything was happening in there. But what was maybe the key that really got the Nuggets over the hump in this period?
You know, they made some big 3-point shots at the right time, including one a huge one. We talk about this. Christian Brown making his first 3 since he's back. Second game. And so many of the big shots late in the game, and Zeke had 8 in the fourth quarter, where Jamal Murray created opportunities. They were so worried about him shooting double, and he was able to get the ball to people. So what do you have, 17 assists and only 2 turnovers on the night? Jamal, spectacular.
Yeah, a side note on Jamal Murray. He's had back-to-back games with 15 or more assists. He's the only player in the NBA to do that this season, and just continues to best his previous career high in the category. But Peyton Watson really was the star of the show here today. This has been just an unbelievable road trip for him. 30 points in this game. He started on fire, and he basically stayed in that space all night long. His offensive game has just blossomed. What did you see out of him here tonight?
You know what, Debs, which is really interesting about the guy. He's 10 of 15 from the field overall, 6 for 7 from the three-point line, but he goes 4 for 8 from the free throw line, the charity stripe. I mean, he had 30, and he easily could have had, maybe 32, 34 points. Peyton was big, and look at
those last 5 games.
He just kept making nothing but net threes.
Yeah, 5 straight games. I mean, that is just a beautiful graphic for him. I mean, he said to Katie, he's been playing the best basketball of his career. Yeah, of his life. He has played.
I think he did that in high school.
Yeah,
he did at UCLA because he didn't play.
Correct. I mean, this is just really well done by Peyton Watson, who has 9 games of 20 or more points this season. He's had 2 of those in every other season of his still young NBA career.
Basically, Debs, which is real, if you look at this, the Nuggets beat Boston at their own game. I mean, Nuggets 20 of 44 from the three-point line. Yeah. Boston 15 of 38. Yeah. Nuggets only had 7 turnovers. Boston had 14.
Yeah.
And they just beat them at their own game.
Doesn't say crucial categories, right? I mean, you talked about that going literally into the game. 3-pointers and turnovers and rebounds, for that matter. All right, let's get back to Jamal Murray and the assists, because they were just exemplary. It's time now for the assist of the game. Presented by Ball Corporation, they remind you to choose aluminum, and Jamal Murray diming it out. You see the dimes by quarter, 6 of them in the fourth. When the Celtics really tried to...
6 in the fourth. They're just huge. Because when he's getting double teamed, there aren't deflections. These are direct passes to guys that finish. Sometimes they were like Zeke around the hoop. One was wide open, Christian Brown, an inside-out 3 on the baseline. Wow. Great job, Jamal.
Are you surprised how quickly he's adapted to? I mean, he's kind of a combo guard.
Yeah.
He is playing a lot more strict type of point guard in these last couple games. Are you surprised at how quickly he's been able to adjust to that?
No, he's used to that. I mean, these teams are doing the same thing to him.
Yeah.
They're trying to double him to get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
But he's smart enough to go, I'm gonna throw it when I want to throw it. And I'm gonna make sure my guy is wide open, hits him, and 17 assists.
Yeah.
If you 2 points, that's 34 points. But Peyton Watson probably had 4 or 5 of his 3. Christian Brown, I don't know, add another. He might have had 40 points off of his assists. It's
been really, really well done by Jamal Murray. You guys think so too? All over Twitter, I'm talking about what Jamal Murray is doing. Yeah, the Nuggets as a team. Yeah, nobody is stopping. I thought the Nuggets were supposed to slow down. They're still missing so many players. One of which is a 3-time MVP. But the Nuggets are finding ways to win. Yeah, we love this basketball team too, and we're gonna love hearing from all of them as Nuggets Post-Game Live rolls on.
Great games. You guys have had a 14-0 run forward. Obviously impressive when, under the circumstances. What went into that run in the final that you guys were able to make?
Yeah, I thought we went to the 1 through 5. We were switching everything, and just had to sit down and guard from there. I thought our defense was really good. Just individual sit-down defense. Very simple, but they only had 16 assists, and I think a lot of that was the fact that we made them play one-on-one. And sometimes it doesn't go well. They got talented players, but I thought that flipped the game. And then I just want to keep saying this: Jamal's been so patient with these games, and he had 17 assists. And I wonder how many hockey assists he had, with the double team. So offensively, we just kept taking good shots. And the third quarter, we couldn't make a shot early. We'll end up with 21 points in that quarter. We only hold them to 24. We hold them to 24, so we're in a good spot. But I was just proud of the way the game was being played. We took open shots. We got back. We defended. It's hard to rebound against that team, especially right now with we're downsized right now. They kill everybody on the glass. But yeah, it just was a defensive effort. And then, like I said, just guys being confident in each other, making the right pass, and letting it fly. Yeah, it's just he's so efficient with everything he's doing, and she had a cut shots rim out tonight, but just his style of play right now is just so. Whatever is the right play, he's just making it, and sometimes the right play is him, and sometimes 17 times it was somebody else. Not to mention the 8 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, just a complete game from a guard that's playing as good as anybody in this league.
You beat 3 of the top 5 teams in the East, and yet you go 3 and 4 on the road trip out of 7. How would you evaluate how your team did? You salvage the road trip with this win tonight and what you've done?
I think this was an incredible road trip. I think going 3 and 4 with all the things that happened, losing both your centers, getting guys back on minute restrictions, different people having to step in and play, beat Philly with 9 players. Yeah, I would say this road trip is very, very successful.
Looking into a crystal ball, could this be a really defining moment for this team this past week or so on this road?
I think it's a defining moment for what we're going to be the next few weeks, if not the next 3 weeks. Just what we have to do to win games. And I think it's going to be different every night, but it's going to be Jamal making the right play. It's going to be our defense, stepping up in moments. To the earlier question, taking advantage of runs, scoring off your defense. And then, like I said, just keep taking the right shots for each other. That's key for us right now. It's don't fight it. There's going to be some frustration, some up and downs offensively. But if we just take the right shots, it gives us a chance to get back and guard. I was so happy to see CB make the shot in the corner. It's a confidence builder for a player that's been out for a long time. And as Aaron and CB, their minutes will rise as we go here. But just to have them back and to make the rotation longer, I think it gives us a chance to stay in games. I don't have to play guys into the ground. So it was, I just thought the group through the whole trip, just their mentality has been so good. And the Brooklyn game was a dud. It wasn't we didn't play well in that game, but the majority of the time and the focus and the walkthroughs and the film sessions, everyone just really bought in. And I finished the game with a really odd group. I never would have thought I'd finish the game with that team, but they played well, and they deserved to finish the game. So it was just a really cool team win against a team that's been really hot. I mean, if people don't realize that back in Denver, Boston's been playing out of their minds, and they have the second highest, offense efficiency-wise behind us. So this game was a collective group defensive effort, and then just made timely shots. I just think you got to hold your ground with him. You know, he's so strong and he gets to his spots. One guy that stood out to me was Zeke Naji. You know, when Zeke switched onto him, I thought he did a great job of staying down on his pump fakes. He took the physicality of the off arm and just stood his ground. And I thought he was active with his hands at the right times. You know, if somebody brings the ball down, that's when you really can attack the ball. And we did that. And I also thought, guys, they timed up when we brought a second body. You know, they have so much shooting out there. It's got to be at the right time where he's spinning in his move or he's countering or whatever it may be. So, yeah, I just thought the team in general did a really nice job in the second half on him. But Zeke Naji stood out to me.
You mentioned his confidence before the game. Just how versatile can he be defensively when he is really confident and locked in?
Yeah, and I think his feet are – I don't remember him ever moving this well. I really mean that. I mean, he was cutting off – he guarded everybody in this game because we were switching, whether it was Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, whether it was Derek White, Simons. I mean, he guarded all these people and just really sat down and cut people off and made them take contested shots over his length. So just cool to see him have some success. Obviously, he hasn't been in the rotation. And then on top of that, I mean this, you know, he's 1 for 3 from 3, but I like that he shot the ball. Shoot the ball when you're open. You know, don't doubt yourself. And actually used him as an initiator a lot as far as off the elbows late to get Jamal off action to his left hand. So just a really nice, clean game from Zeke.
45-3.
Yeah, let's just stay right there in that Zeke Naji space because the first thing that you were noticing was just how well he was moving defensively and how well he was contesting shots on that end.
Yeah, here's a guy 6'9", and he's strong. So not only does he stay in front of smaller players like Pritchard, moved his feet well, and then there were a couple times when guys begun to get by him, and he's blocking shots around the rim. Able to finish inside there a couple times. Those contested shots like that, guys changing the angle that they're shooting. And then see, like this one right here, that's a big block right there. You call one into chops on that. That's when you play Def D, you come out with some blood on you.
If you're doing it right, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, look, he started off in a space where there was not a lot of point production, just a lot of really good defense. He ended up scoring 8 points in that fourth quarter as well to go along with the defense.
And again, we talked about Jamal's assists. Many of them, they ran the same kind of a staggered double screen for Jamal, and Boston chose to double team him, not switch, double team Jamal. And Jamal would let Zeke roll down inside, and he